Well, as you probably know by now, February is Black History Month, celebrating those who are advocating for equality in our communities and honoring their contributions to society.
One of them is an artist, a Grand Rapids native whose work is inspiring a new narrative.
I kind of feel like racially, it's a little bit of a segregated city.
A personal observation that inspired Adeshola McKindy to take a new approach in the Grand Rapids community.
I kind of wanted to highlight Black figures that I felt aren't highlighted in school, and during Black History Month in general. I feel like it's usually a more safe Black figure.
Since 1976, Black History Month has been a national space for Black communities to celebrate themselves and to inform communities about movements and people who've helped shape our society. McKindy did just that, partnering with Grand Rapids this month to create 9 billboards across the downtown area, showcasing profound quotes from the likes of James Baldwin, Angela Davis, Malcolm X, Coretta Scott King, Shirley Chisholm, and more.
I think when Black people go into those spaces, they sometimes don't feel seen. So I think them being on Ionia and various parts of downtown was really huge for me.
One billboard location uniquely tackles this issue with a specific message.
I chose for the Coretta Scott King one to be on Division just because the quote is meant talking about community, not forgetting about the less fortunate, and the community is reflected by how we treat those people. And I think in times like this, it's important for us to remember something like that. So that was one that really meant a lot for me to be in that location, because I think the people that frequent Division and whatnot, I think, get a bad rap.
Most recognize the impact of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. or Nelson Mandela, but this Black History Month, McKindy wanted to give people a closer look at quotes that aren't typically recognized.
Black History Month's kind of gotten a rap for like being so, you kind of expect the same things every year for it, and a goal of my work is to kind of reshape our narrative as Black people, and I kind of felt like this was like a good start into that kind of work, and I hope to do this kind of stuff all over.
McKindy wants to emphasize that Black people are not a monolith, but layered individuals, highlighting there isn't just one way to be effective. I
chose more obvious ones like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but even the quote that I chose with him, I wanted to make sure it was one that was, I think oftentimes he's mentioned as like a more safe, nonviolent type, but I think he was a lot more confrontational than he's perceived to be.
He made a deliberate choice to use the exact words of each figure.
But even their message has been kind of whitewashed a little or altered, so I kind of wanted to reshape that narrative. The quote behind me, I chose that one just to kind of educate not even just the Black community, but everyone. I think that we're not taught the true history, and I think this quote speaks to that a great deal.
Many are simple, yet compelling. And this project has yielded exactly what he's hoped for.
The work that I'm making it for Black people initially, and that's the goal. So the feedback from my community with that has been really awesome.
Supporting his artist statement and forward movement for everyone.
To share knowledge, and the quotes kind of vary from being inspirational to a call to action, or just various things like that. And I think the goal for it for me is to spark a mind to see one of the quotes and maybe go look up a book by the person or look into what they did.
And Fox 17 producer Brandy Scarber worked with our Julie Dunmeyer on that report, as you just heard. The billboards are up until the end of this month.
And you can follow Adeshola on Facebook to find the locations of each one of those billboards. What a great idea.
For sure. Paramedics.